Alright, welcome back to the PUMPT Prep series. This is a podcast edition and we haven't done one of these in a while and we thought we would just catch up and
finally
talk about our prep, what's been happening, what's happened in the last 4 years, well 3.5 years since we last competed, and we want to just... Four, is it?
Yeah.
2019?
Yeah, 2019, June. Literally 4 years.
Yeah, fuck. Jesus.
Yeah. May and June.
What a ride. So we are just going to answer some questions as well that we get like on the daily. Yeah. And some of you guys have pushed through your questions on Instagram as well. So we're going to answer them. Jump in.
Let's do it.
All right. So what is the biggest difference from this prep to last? I'll let you start.
There are so many. There is literally so many. Probably the biggest, not probably,
I feel like
definitely.
I live a different life, to be honest.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
We have a baby.
Yeah.
That changed life so much.
Yeah.
For better, definitely.
Yeah.
But we're not able to be like, okay, I can hit my steps later. Okay, I can do that later. Everything needs to be so planned now, to the dot, because you're more tired now, definitely.
Yeah.
We're not getting extra naps. We're not getting sleep-ins.
In your defense, I think that was just me last prep. Like, I do not remember you having a nap.
Oh, yeah, but at least when I wanted sleeping, like on Sunday, I did. And now I don't, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't...
Because last prep, I would just nap when I could.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and
even at the gym.
Yeah, I would just nap
music
everywhere.
was pumping. And
but now, like, I haven't had a nap during the day and like...
But... the advantage of this prep, which is the biggest difference as well, that the prep is so long.
It's time.
I love it.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say, for sure.
Go for it then.
The biggest... No, you go.
No, I just said about baby.
The biggest difference is definitely time, because where we are now and the time I can tell I'm speaking so slowly. Like, that's already like prep is coming. It's here. But yeah, so 14 weeks out now is your last prep leading into...
Well, 13 weeks.
Was 13 weeks.
No, 12 weeks. 12 weeks. We did 12 weeks last prep.
Yeah, so yes. Yeah. So 12 weeks your last prep. Yes, yeah.
We are now 13 weeks.
13 weeks out. And you're already at your stage weight, pretty much.
Yeah.
What you stepped on stage, and so am I. So like that, I think that is the biggest difference, is like having that much more time, but then already being what we were on stage in terms of body weight, totally different look.
Yeah.
But still being 13 weeks out, like that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it also just takes a lot of stress off, because like we just said, our whole life is different. We have a baby. Our business is totally different. We have so many more people in front of us that need attention as well. So there's that.
Yeah. I definitely feel I have much more energy now than last prep.
Yeah, it's because you... Yeah, so then that's the other thing, is because we've given ourselves so much more time, like how much more food do we get?
Exactly.
It's just less of a deficit, less intense.
We're not doing cardio, we're just counting steps.
That's another thing. I know that I did a video yesterday, 2 days ago.
Plus, we eat different as well. So we don't have one meal plan.
Yeah.
But we track food. So
we have
that's
three.
Totally different.
Yeah.
We still eat very clean, like for...
But in terms of the food that we eat is exactly the same as what we did.
Yeah.
4 years ago, pretty much. Well, what's different?
Well, I wouldn't allow myself to have a bread, for example, but that was my head,
Yeah. So we can be flexible.
Yeah.
Like, we track everything in every single day to the T.
But everything is so clean.
Yeah.
It should be.
But we just know what we work well with and what we don't now. Like, I think that was another big thing, was the difference between last time and this one. when, like, I did know as well, even at the time, but I still was like, nah, fuck it, I can have oats.
I'll have it, yeah.
You know, and I had it. That's a big difference as well. This time it's like, no. I know that I don't respond well to them. I've had them. We found these really good ones, actually, which even though I respond well to them, I've still only had them twice in 32 weeks. Yeah. You know, so I've still only had them twice, and one of the times was because I was sick and I had that ulcer in my mouth, and it was all I could eat.
Yeah, yeah.
And someone's trying to call me.
Yeah.
And sorry, bro, do not disturb. So that is another big difference. Even though I knew at that time in 2019 that I didn't respond well to them, but it's because I did back-to-back seasons as well. I did seasons.
You just needed some.
I just needed a fucking break. I just needed.
That's it.
It's just a bit too much. But having that 4-year off season was the best.
Oh,
like
so much.
The amount of progress that we've both made. So many
things happened. I think that's another question, which is really good. We can roll over to the next one.
Next question, but they're the biggest differences, yeah.
Yeah.
Has your training changed since prep?
Yeah.
Since the last prep, I think the question is actually since we start prep. Like from off season to prep. So off season to prep.
Well, no.
We've literally done the exact same thing. So my training's only just really changed this week, and it's just a bit of an exercise change up. That's it, and only like a couple of the exercises. Like everything else is just progression based.
Everything is actually the same. Like
I haven't had to change anything for you.
Well, you only changed 2 legs exercises,
hack squat to a Smith squat,
which is perfect, you know,
because you maxed out your hack squat.
You but I want the same exercises for ages, and we're getting results. So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's all just based on progression and the system that we have and the system that we've learnt and used and applied. It works so well.
Yeah.
Very evidence-based, very scientific. It's not like, let's just do this because it's cool. Let's do this because that'll fuck you up. You know, like we don't train like that anymore.
It fucks us up anyway.
Yeah. But obviously it just progresses each and every week, and then we have a deload and then we go again. You know? I would love to do a podcast on just training.
Just the training. Yeah, we can do it.
But I'm also working on that.
Let us know, guys, in the comments section below if you want to hear about that kind of things.
The app. It's all going to be in the app. So we'll get to that as well. No, the training hasn't changed since we've started prep, but it has changed dramatically since our last prep. Whereas it was more of our last prep was like, let's just fucking destroy ourselves.
And we did.
Let's just work as hard as we possibly can until we can't move.
Yeah.
And then that was, that only got us, well, we both got a pro card out of that, and we done really well and we were successful at that, but like I was just so broken all the time. My elbows were sore. My CNS was fried all the time, which is probably why I needed to nap every fucking 2 hours.
You were sick on a comp in Perth. I was sick in Italy.
I was so sick,
I was like, it was just, so much.
Just diminishing returns, there's, at the end of the day, it's not a who can work the hardest competition, You got to bring some brains into it eventually.
The ego away.
Yeah, exactly. Biggest improvements made. I'll let you go to that.
Oof. Like loosen hamstrings.
Lower body.
That's for sure.
Just your whole lower body.
Just my whole lower body, but especially that I never believed that I can have it.
Yeah.
And that was my.
You weren't genetically blessed with fucking
and
wide hip structure.
Coming from a swimmer background, which you have, developed upper body, which you can tell on myself.
Yeah.
That lower body was never. I literally before I hated training lower body.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Common story though, right? Well, actually not for females, but
Well, not for females, because all females training lower body. And I was always like, let's train shoulders, let's train back, you know. But since I gave birth, I was so scared that I'm gonna look worse than before having Leo, and I put in so much work, and it was literally first time when I pushed so hard,
like literal pushed so hard. push.
Oh my god!
I had to throw that in there. That's some intense
pushed
shit.
Hard with intensity, with volume, with
so much intensity.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah, he was there, obviously.
Of course I was there. I was coaching you.
And yeah, you were a real coach. It was so amazing. Yeah, so I started actually enjoying finally training lower body.
Yeah.
That became my favorite sessions. Because I was seeing results.
Yep.
That I was seeing progress. That was the first thing. I was actually seeing progress. Like before, I couldn't lift 100 kilos for deadlift for even one. I couldn't even.
What'd you get to?
And I got to 15 reps for
15 reps for 100. You couldn't even get 100 off the floor like a year earlier.
Only and literally with the same body weight. 57 kilos back then.
Crazy.
Yeah, so
but if you want to get
lower body,
deadlift.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But just going back to basics. Hey, focusing on technique.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you improve on?
Exactly.
And not
progressive
going
overload.
from progressive overload.
Progressive overload, and
Even
that's how I grew my lower body.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And oh my god, eating so much.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
I've been shocking with eating. Like I love food, and I was always stopping myself.
Both of us.
Yeah,
just
we
don't
love
eat
food.
enough.
And we both didn't eat enough before. Problem, I think, many of you, and I'm glad that I got educated enough, and I got to the point that I wasn't scared and trust the process.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So I think yours was more of a scarcity thing where you were scared to put on body weight, a little bit of fluff, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas mine was more of a less about that and more about just not really having an appetite, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I just wasn't eating enough in general.
And I was like, how come?
But in my head, I thought that I was, you know. Whereas, because like we would go and have, we'd eat what we want as well, you know. Like we would have turbo sushi, we'd have grilled, we'd have stuff like that. So like when I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a decent amount of food. But when you actually track the calories in, I was only eating like
nothing.
2,500 calories,
nothing.
you know. Nothing. So then that's where we got really strict on just treating our off season like a prep. Just tracking absolutely everything, weighing everything, doing all the right things, doing what we should have been doing.
It was so enjoyable, actually. It is.
Yeah. But we
just continue that because
it's not that we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah,
you know? It was just one is a little bit out of laze, I would say. You know, just like we know what we're doing. You know. But then just treating it like as if we would a normal prep. You know, and really just doubling down on our habits, skills, behaviours, and then like when we started prep, like literally nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Nothing.
Literally, we're like, okay, we started now, and it was like nothing even happened. You know, it was like we just. I think we just got that little bit more accurate. You know, with little things like even tracking all of our veggie and lettuce and mushrooms and like all that tiny little stuff where
pre-workout,
you know, like creatine, canned, like
oxygen can 3 calories, but no, it's
got calories in it. We're tracking it. I've been tracking my salt.
That was whole idea. That's the whole idea of tracking.
Yeah. And that's how. Just accuracy in general, you know. I think that's how we've been able to do so well really in, I would say, a short space of time,
Yeah.
you know, and where we're at now is because of everything's just been to the T.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
But we had such a strong why. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I think we kind of got a little bit off track on that question, but
I think every question.
biggest improvements made. Yeah. So honestly, the same thing. Glutes, hamstrings, posterior chain, width through my back. They're the biggest things. Like from the behind, I look totally different. I have like never really had glutes before, let alone detail through my glutes and separation in my hamstrings. Like I've never had that before, which is something that I'm very excited for, and I'm very excited to show. Like they're the biggest improvements. Like when I would hit a side chest, I would already be in my own head. Like I wouldn't want to stand side on because I just had zero hamstrings from the side. Part of it was posing as well, from the back, from the side. But that is definitely the biggest improvement and the biggest difference. But I think just a bit more muscle, everywhere overall. You know, it's just a bit of a different look. Just have different look. You know, a bit more hardness, a bit more density, a bit more, just a bit more. You know, as you would expect. 4 years later, you know, or you'd hope. if you're not any better 4 years later, you're doing something wrong. What's prepping like together and with a child?
I think we said that in one of the podcasts before that this scenario, doing prep together, is my favorite one.
100%.
We've done each possible one. You competing, me not competing, me competing, you not competing.
Yeah.
And together is definitely the best.
Yeah.
With a child, I think we handled this really good.
I think so. I think
honestly, it's hard. It's freaking hard.
Yeah.
But I think it makes me even wanted to do it more.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, bring me challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's easier in terms of like having more time, you know. But
more
then
time?
more time. No. Sorry, having more time. The prep for.
Oh, sorry.
Prep.
Yeah.
So the prep is longer.
In general.
Yeah. No. We have actually less time.
More time.
But he's such a good boy as well.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That's a different story. But it's freaking hard. If you wanna, even when you wanna just lie down and do nothing, you can't because he's just jumping on you, or he's crying. He wants something.
Shoot himself.
Or
change my nappy.
Whatever you have to deal with.
Just wants to play.
Like, all the parents will know.
Yeah.
And honestly, before, I always respected every competitor, don't get me wrong, but hands down to all mamas.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Absolutely. I like that last mama, the sports mama last season, that was fucking
amazing.
But I think it's because it's the first time I've really watched it and looked at it from that point of view. As a parent, I was just like, this is fucking awesome.
But they all were amazing.
They were incredible, all of them.
Honestly, hands down for all of you.
Craziest. Was it sports? It was a sports one. Yeah, it was sports. Sports mama I've ever seen. It was epic.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But just looking at it through a bit of a different lens now, you know, like oh my god, like it's fucking incredible. It's incredible. I think you nailed it, eh? Really. Yeah. What else on that? Prepping with a child. No, I think that's it. I think it's just sleep and the brain fog and like that. That's the biggest one for me. Yeah. That's the biggest one, and just
even like
not. Okay, so this is the biggest thing for me, is I know that I set myself at a very high standard, and I know that I will perform better when I've had my sleep, as anybody would. But you kind of just got to accept the fact that you're not going to be 100%, and you just got to perform to the best of your ability with the energy that you have, with the sleep that you have, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And I put a lot of stress and pressure on myself because I hold myself at that standard, but that's me putting my own stress and my own pressure on myself. It's not like external. It's not like coming from anyone else or anything else, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's the pressure that I put on myself.
But you need this.
And I think you're the same as well, which is like, I would say, what really propels us forward, but it can also be our kryptonite.
Yeah.
And you're exactly the same,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
whereas
true.
you will use that to your advantage, but there's also moments where you will let that get to you, you know, and I'm exactly the same, you know, and I'm like, fuck, like all this stress, all this pressure, but it's just something that I'm putting on myself. But I think we also do that because we're coaches, we're competing alongside with our team, and we hold ourselves at such a high standard, and we want to lead by example and all these little things, you know, so it's like all the
you're right.
stress and pressure that we put on ourselves, you know.
Yeah, very good point.
But it's less about the external stresses, if that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, true.
Next, what shows and divisions are you guys doing?
Go for it.
So we'll start with shows.
Yeah.
Right. So shows, we are doing the ICN WA State Show, October 7.
Yep.
Melbourne Nationals.
October 21st, 22.
Yeah. I don't know how you remember that, but there we go.
And
Bali.
Bali 11.
Worlds.
12.
And then we get married a week later. In Gilly. Fuck, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to look forward to. So divisions. So I am just gonna run bodybuilding actually.
Yes.
In Perth.
The
I think I mentioned
chunks.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this in another podcast, but it's actually where it all started for me. And 9 years ago.
Crazy.
I started in bodybuilding 9 years ago, and it was honestly something that I never thought that I would be really good at, because my whole game, like I love this game, and the whole game has been, all right, I don't fit in bodybuilding, but you know, and then I gave physique a crack, and I didn't quite fit in there either, so I went back to fitness. And so that was basically the beginning.
And you got the program.
That was basically the beginning 3 years later. You know what I mean? It took me 3 years to like find my division and learn the sport and all these fuck ups and things I've learnt along the way.
Not have like the whole bottle of wine the night before.
Did I? I think we went for that story.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Oh, so bad. And now it's been just basically working myself back up the divisions. Like I did fitness, I got my pro card there, did a pro show, did all that. Then did physique and won that, won nationals, won Bali as well. Yeah. And then classic came out and I won that. And then like it was just classic is like my game. I love classic.
That's you.
And I think I will always be classic just because I fucking love it. I love everything about it. Yeah. But then I just needed that something else to continue to push towards.
To improve.
Which is what I've been doing since 2016, you know?
Yeah.
And to improve the way that I have, to bring up the weak points that I have, like through my glutes and hamstrings, for example. Like bodybuilding, you have to have everything. You have to have glutes, you have to have hamstrings.
All the details.
You have to have separation, detail. You have to have all of that, and that was the next step for me. So that is going to be my focus. But I will be running classic in Bali, and I will be running classic at nationals as well. But the focus is bodybuilding in states. Also, because I was going to do classic as well, but also because the way that our day lines up, if I just do bodybuilding, is so much better. Yeah. Like, I get myself out of the way first because I'm on first. Then you and Portia.
Well, then Portia.
Then Portia, then you.
No. Then Portia, Amanda, and Char.
Oh yes, they're all doing
fitness. Yeah. And then
fitness.
Anita and I jumping in gold class.
Yeah.
So I'm doing fitness pro in Perth in States.
Yeah.
Fitness pro in each show. Yeah. So we're doing the same shows, obviously. So fitness pro in all three shows, and I'll give it a go. Sports pro in nationals and in Bali as well.
Yeah. But fitness is the game.
Yeah, fitness is definitely my game. I think that's the division I always loved. I got my first pro card in it. That was my first division that I competed in 2015 as well. So that's where I originally started, and always was working to improve. And I think I improved everything what I could finally. So
so I think also, like, in regards to a fitness pro show, I think this will be the first show where there's numbers. You know, like, you've done pro show before, but there just wasn't anyone there, right? Like,
but let's not get into it.
Anyway. So that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Next, what's been the biggest challenge so far in this prep?
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
For sure.
On the story for me.
No, I agree.
I can train. I can be hungry.
Like, that doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
Honestly,
bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
I think also is like my ADHD, like, brain. You know, like, that's probably another thing. It's like
ADHD,
I'm like either incredibly focused, like I'm just so fucking locked in. And it's like, Braden used to call me bubble boy, you know, because I would just get in my own little space, in my own bubble. But what I'm doing is I'll fucking kill it. But then...
You're doing amazing.
It's like, I got to remember that there's obviously other shit fucking... you know what I mean? Like, you would get frustrated sometimes because, you know, because you're like...
But I know you're ready and like...
But, like, I know that about myself, and it's something that I'm really trying to work on as well. But I think that it's probably more or less a challenge for you than me, you know, because, like, you know what I'm like, you know, like I'm building an app at the moment, like the cookbook and stuff we're doing, like, I'm so fucking locked in and I'm doing, like, a really good job of it and I'm proud of it, and, you know, but I think that's probably the biggest thing, right? She's like, yeah, motherfucker, it's a challenge. What are you most excited to eat after prep? I haven't even thought about it, you know? Like, it's not even on my mind.
I used to have a list in my phone, in my notes. Like, freaking 20 things in my notes. And scrolling Instagram, like, all the recipes and everything.
Fuck that. That would...
And then I wouldn't even go for half of it anyway.
That would
I don't really care at the moment because, you know what, I learned finally to take day by day, week by week. Well, what's gonna happen after? It's gonna happen, you know.
And if you're
I'm excited. You know what? We're gonna be in Bali. I'm excited for the pina colada.
Oh yeah.
Bali will be our last show, and the day after is our hands and backs.
Oh, bro.
I'm excited for pina colada in Bali.
We're gonna be fucking munted.
That's it.
2 drinks down, I reckon.
Oh, yeah,
and
done.
I'm gonna be fucking done. Let's not think about that.
No. What about you?
But yeah, I'm most excited. Honestly, I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah, so
I haven't even thought about it. Like, I'm that focused on the goal, and it's like... Nothing, honestly. I don't know. That's actually a hard question. Like, excited. What are you most excited to eat? Like, I'm actually not like at all. You know. I mean, if I wanted to have grilled or something, like, we could track it in and stuff. But it's like it's just not my focus.
It's wasting,
like, at all. Like,
they're wasting calories anyway.
Next question. Have you cheated yet? No.
Well, no.
We don't cheat. Like, when we commit to something, it is 100 fucking %. It's not like, oh, but you know, when no one's watching, and have you had no. Like, even with like...
I used to back in Sydney. Yeah. But it was like, you know, like, okay, extra spoon of peanut butter.
Yeah.
And then I was like, one more.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill me one more.
Yeah.
But then I was putting just in my mouth just to feel it,
and then
spit it out.
just to taste it.
To taste it. But no,
even with like Leo's food, like sometimes I'd be cooking it and you'd look at it and you'd go, nah, that's for him, you know?
Yeah.
If anything, it's actually the other way around because he likes to like eat some of my breakfast.
Yes.
I'll sit there and I'll eat my eggs, and he's like, Ma. He's like, Ma.
Yeah.
Like, give me. Yeah. Like, and so I cut a little bit off for him, and I give it to him.
Yeah, he loves.
You know, so it's like it's actually the opposite, to be honest.
He loves eating our food.
So probably under calories, but
yeah.
All right, next one. Most underrated part of prep.
You go.
I think it's the most underrated part of prep. My old answer would have been reverse diet, reverse out. But I think I've just done it enough times now where it's like I know what to expect. You know. But for me, I think underrated in terms of what you have to do. I think posing is probably the most underrated variable.
With most
just
of the people
practice every single day. Like, you want to get up there and you just want to make it look so effortless.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to think about it, you know?
Like, there is a reason who wins, who not. Like, obviously, it's not posing only, but you can see on stage who's been practicing,
100%.
you know, 20 weeks, who's been practicing 6 weeks out, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's definitely...
Yeah,
so
even like posing conditioning, you know, like you see people up there and then they're shaking, and a lot of blokes. They'll start sweating and shit, and it's like you're sweating because you're not conditioned to what you're doing. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's a big one. So everybody out there watching this, if you're competing, just make sure you practice your posing every single day, and
I think recovering, like
100%,
you know. Giving yourself that time to actually get a massage, you know, spend that money for massage, or just stretch more, do extra yoga, which is. But still, that's what I'm working on, to be honest. Like my biggest thing to work on, and you know. Before I was saying like, I don't have time or something. But even if you stretch or roll between sets, you know, like if you really don't have time, because I believe in that now, just do it between sets, you know, or wake up just 5-10 minutes before, earlier and do it. Yeah. But it's so important. So important.
Yeah, for sure. Last question.
Ooh, already.
What do you do all day when you're on stage in the afternoon?
Fuck all.
Do fuck all. Lay down, put your feet up, just chill. Yeah. Keep your nerves under control. Try not to think about things too much.
Don't run with us. Just watching people, you know, from backstage to audience. Don't do it. Stay there. Okay.
Do a lot of reflection. Think about how far you've come, what the journey's been like. And just visualization. Visualize yourself on stage, how it's going to go.
Breathe.
Relax.
Just relax. Don't stress, honestly.
Hey, if you're on in the afternoon,
is your enemy.
Yeah. Like there's been times where, and thank God actually, like that Bali show. Remember we watched? It was a 2-day show, and we watched the girls. Yeah. I was on the next day, and thank God I wasn't on that day, because I was watching them, and I was just like, I stress so much more when it's like a competitor or someone I know, or like I'm fucking my heart rate.
I stress much more as a coach than.
Oh my God! So I'm so much more relaxed about myself. Oh man, yeah. It's because we give a fuck. Yeah. You know, we care so much. And like I remember going home that night, and I remember looking at myself, and I was just like, I was flat, and I was fluidy, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
you better relax.
Ugh. So, and thank God, I woke up
really
and I was still flat, but it was. I thought I was going to be a lot worse. Put it that way, like because So anyway, just relax, chill, enjoy the day. Just be there, be present with your family, friends. Reflect, think about how far you've come and the journey, and just enjoy the game, because it's fucking fun. Amazing. It's fun if you let it. You know, you just let it be fun, you know, like it's so easy to get caught up in the stress and the pressure and all the rest of it, is what I was just talking about before. But just fucking have some fun. I think I'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Cool. Happy with that?
Wow.
All right. So, hope you enjoyed that. If you want us to do more podcast style Q&A videos, or if you're listening to this on audio, which I haven't even done yet, but anyway, let us know in the comments below.
Happy to do it.
We're happy to do this. This is, I really enjoy this. It's a bit of a different dynamic instead of us just fucking being psychos training. Yelling and screaming and carrying on and being idiots, and like I love that too. It's good fun. We have a lot of fun doing this. But yeah, I enjoy the sit down podcast style as well. And I like to just reminisce a little bit and think about how far we've come and what we've done, and like when I just said
especially
9 years,
coming closer and closer.
9 years, man. I've been doing this for 9 years now. It's hectic. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that comes out from us at the Pumped Effect. Anything to say? Any last words?
Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Peace out.
See you next time.
Have a great day.